But what is it, my friend?
My wife has locked me out because of my niece. She hasn't set foot back in the house, and I'm not allowed to return home myself until the girl is found.
Good luck, then. Such tragedy for this family. What will they do if they learn the truth? They will think me mad, and worse, they might take vengeance on all Westerners and spread this hatred to the whole of Cairo. I am listening, my child. I found this statuette. Can you tell me about it?
It is a black sphinx without a face. One of the shapes of the black man without a face who cries at the moon. It is a cursed object. Smashing it would be the best.
What does the inscription on the side mean? The director of the museum pronounced it as Nai Ar Lut Hotep.
Hieroglyphs are alien to me, but I know this name. It is the name of the black man without a face, messenger of the ancient gods. His name signifies there is no sleep past the threshold, or there is no peace after judgment. Do you understand what that means? The threshold is the passage between life and death, which corresponds to man's acts on the day of judgment, and whether one has a right to heaven or hell. Those who call upon the black man with no face are condemned to eternal damnation. This could take the form of a soul wandering for eternity, screeching through the black void. But it could also take the form of a creature neither dead nor alive, hiding amongst mortals, subject to an unspeakable hatred and eternal torment.
What does the Goodbye, Herodotus.
The heavens be with you, my child. Be full of courage.
I must return to the temple. I am prepared. I found it. There. I found it. No, it is perfect. On to the next step. This cavity seems to have been specially dug to insert something within. This cavity seems to have been special. There, all of the artifacts. Despite the absence of a drought, the water whirls around. These hieroglyphs remind me of something. These hieroglyphs. There. Perfect. Blood. I am in need. drawing of 3 pyramids, each bathed in a beam of light. Rather strange. I don't see any. I am in need. A broken statue. A spearhead, lavishly decorated. There is something in a copper debit. The same. This might be useful. Useless. There. Perfect. Despite the absence of perfect. On to the next step. The basin, it changes into sand. What is this enchantment? I don't see anything. This could come in handy. If I break these supports. Useless. There. Perfect. This could come in handy. There. Perfect. Now, will this work? No, I cannot do that. No, I... Apparent. There. Perfect. No, I cannot do... No, I cannot do that. I have found it. It is moving. Perfect. Mind. This calls for extreme diligence. Oh, this spot is infested with crocodiles. Impossible to pass. But there is someone inside. Or rather, an infernal being, if I am to believe the inhuman cries that emit from within. A supernatural. The spell is broken. Papyri, in a language that is completely unknown to me. The ground is trembling. must first... I penetrated the secret of the tomb and left what was found behind the cross under the protection of the holy relics. I brought back these parchments, in which may be written the way to save my friend from the curse. But I do not understand this language. Can you translate?
These texts were composed in my order's ancient secret language, forgotten centuries ago. I would be incapable of translating the slightest word, my son. I wish I could have helped you.
My quest is at an end there, and it is a failure laden with consequences. My young friend is condemned even if I had done everything to save her.
There may yet be a hope, my child, but a slim one. 20 years ago, a European monk by the name of Brother Alberto came to stay with us for a time while on a pilgrimage. He seemed to have a thorough understanding of us, and I seem to recall that he said something about understanding the rudiments of this ancient language. But Brother Alberto confided this on the eve of his departure, and we never knew anything further. I don't know if this monk is still living, as he seemed to be even older than myself. But if he is, I think he would surely be found at the heart of the abbey where he worked as an illuminator. He said it was St. Carousel Abbey in Vienna, capital of the Austrian Empire.
Thank you for this information, Herodotus of Judah. I will go immediately to pack my affairs and leave. We are not likely to meet again, so farewell, my friend.
I must thank you, my child, and do not say goodbye. Who knows if we are going to the heaven or not?
I must find this Mustafa.
Here, Effendi, this arrived for you. The director of the...
Thank you. By the by, I have made inquiries about your niece, and I have good news for your cousin, and for you by the same token.
Ah, yes?
Listen, know that your niece is far from here now, but that she is very, very happy. This stranger who you saw her with the other night is none other than a European prince of royal blood who fell in love with her at first sight.
Royal blood?
Yes, but lower your voice. They were solemnly united in accordance with the prince's vows, but the news is not yet official.
I understand, Effendi, but where is she now?
I swore I would keep it a secret. The prince is very powerful, and the fact of making this union public under the current circumstances could have considerable political consequences here and, above all, in Europe.
That explains everything. But if I recount this to my cousin, he will never believe me.
This is what the prince has left for the family of his beloved. For he who will be charged with officially announcing the news, you in this case, this sachet of fine gold dust. For the parents, the prince had this jewel purchased here. The large stone that you see there is an uncut diamond of the purest clarity. Your cousin will be able to feed his family until the end of his days without having to tap dance ever again.
How to thank you, Effendi?
Prepare my effects, and when the muezzin calls, say a prayer for me. Your God and mine will not be too many to help me in what I have to do. This letter received in Egypt was cause for great concern. Seward blames me for Mina's sudden change for the worse. Unrelenting fevers were causing her terrible pain and provoking serious fits of delirium, wherein she claimed to want to undertake a voyage east in order to rejoin her lord and master. I asked Seward to join me in Vienna with Mina if he judged her able to travel. He gave me the address of his hostess, Duchess Orlovsky, whom I count upon reaching right after I visit the location where I hope to find Brother Alberto, St. Carousel Abbey. But will all of these efforts be sufficient? At this exact moment, Dracula is sinking his blood-red eyes into the frightful text, making him more demented, stronger, and even more dangerous. How is Mina?
I don't understand it. Despite the fact that she hasn't eaten for several days, she seems to be in perfect health. It's as if this trip east has nourished her. But her mental state is calamitous. She appears to suffer from atrocious pain and nightmares that aren't improving.
Poor child. My respects, Duchess.
Hello, Professor. Our patient is finally asleep, if only for a short time. So have you been lucky enough to meet your monk this afternoon?
No more yesterday, nor this morning. And the attitude of these monks leaves me perplexed. They have categorically denied me entrance into the enclosure of the Abbey, and absolutely no chance of meeting the Father Superior, or Brother Alberto. I do not know what to think. Did you spend some time at the Science University beside the Abbey, Seward? Can you recall a more bizarre religious order?
My presence here was entirely devoted to study, Professor. I don't recall even having had occasion to speak with a lovely waitress, much less a monk.
And your husband, Duchess? Did he have anything to do with the Abbey?
My husband was a man of science, and his connection with spirituality was tenuous at best. No, there's nothing I can tell you.
Brother Alberto is our only hope. I must keep thinking. There must be a way to enter into the Abbey and find the monk, if he exists. What do you think, Seward?
Break and enter into a holy place? That's taking the scientific method to the extreme. But wait, yes, I remember when I visited the university with Professor Orlovsky. He said that originally the Abbey and the university were one single large building. It was much later that the clergy signed over to the city the part that comprises the university. The professor specified that there is one door that allows communication between the two. In the library, I think. But the heads of the university forbade its use in quite strong terms. Could this be a possible point of further research?
I would have to get into the library, then find the door that will take me to the Abbey. Well done, Seward. Did your husband keep a key to the university, Duchess?
Well, not officially, of course, but I happen to know that he possessed a key, unbeknownst to the authorities of the university, which gave access to the library from this room, in order to study even more than the official hours would permit him. After he retired, he made plans to donate the key to one of his students, the one amongst his chemistry class who would succeed in a little challenge. I saw him prepare this test. Everything was to take place in this room, but he passed away before having given the test, and the key is still here, although I don't know where.
We will have to find out. We absolutely must get into the library. Well, I shall continue to search.